Hello guys, welcome you all. So in our previous video, we were working on the controller layer. Okay, so we have finished our coding on the controller layer. So in this video, we'll continue our working on the DAO and business layer. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, so I'll open this Visual Code, and this is the point where we have left the last video. So we'll continue from here. So this is the so we are calling this function from the service layer. Okay, so we need to define this function in the service layer itself. So I'll copy this, or I can copy this, and I'll create one file in service layer like emp underscore service dot go. Okay, and package we have here as service. Okay, and we will define this function with the name this, having the parameters which we are passing from there. So that is emp id. Okay, and it is of type int 64. Okay, and what we are going to return from here is a pointer to this employee object, a pointer to this employee a pointer to this employee, and whatever the error we receive. So this is the return type. Okay, so from here we have to talk to the DAO layer to get our data. Okay, so now what I will write here, I will write like employee okay, and of error colon equal to domain model dot get employee. Here we don't have to put model, here we have to put DAO, because we are going to talk with the DAO layer. Okay, by passing this parameter emp this parameter. Okay, emp id. Okay, and if we have error not equal to nil, then we have to return nil, because we don't have then the response. That's why we have to return nil here, and here we have to return the error. Else if it knows the case, then we have to return whatever the employee object will get and nil. Okay, so this is the implementation for service layer. Okay, so this function still we need to create in the DAO layer. Okay, so let's create this. So we'll go to the DAO layer. Yeah, we'll go to the DAO package, and we'll create one file here like emp underscore DAO dot go. Okay, and package we have DAO, and we'll create the function here with the same name. Okay, and what is the return type here? We have the pointer to this employee, and the error we have. Okay, so this is the DAO implementation. It is of type int 64. Okay, so as of now we don't have any database configure. Okay, so what we'll try to pass some hard-coded value from this DAO layer. So for that I'll create a map variable like this. So I'll declare it like this: employee employees equal to map, and we'll invoke it using this int. Okay, and it's a pointer to employee, like this, and we can declare one ID here, 100. Okay, and corresponding to this ID we have one employee object. Okay, so what are the fields we have? We can see it in our model. So these are the fields we have: employee ID, name, email. I'll copy it from here and I'll paste it here for reference, and I'll put this employee ID here, and you can consider the employee ID as 101, and employee name we can put as Deepak, and employee email we can put it as deepak@gmail.com. Fine, and we'll delete this. Okay, so we have created this map. We'll get the value from this map. Okay, so how to get this value from map? We'll put condition like this: if employee, we'll assign it to this employee, and what is the ID, what is the type of the ID? It is int64. Sorry, here we'll pass this emp ID. Okay, just type this, and we'll check if employee not equal to nil, then we have to return employee object and nil from here. Okay, so what we have written here is if this employee, whatever ID will get it from the controller to the service to the DAO, we are getting this ID here, and we'll put this ID in here so that we can get this value. Okay, so so this ID we can put it here. So if we'll passes 100, so 100 will be put it here, and we'll get this object corresponding to 100. Fine, we have to put comma here. Okay, what is the issue? I think it's not employee, it's emp. What it is, employee only. Go to this. Okay, and this is of error. Here also we'll put pointer to employee. Okay, now it's okay. Here we have to put model.employee. So this is how we have to write out DAO layer. Okay, so this is the variable we are using. Okay, we have created a var of type map. Okay, when we'll pass this ID, we'll get this object, employee object here. Okay, so same thing we are getting doing here in the employee function. We are just accepting as a parameter the ID, and we are just putting it here. So this employee, when we'll put it ID here, it will get this object. So fine, so that's all we have to do in the DAO layer. Okay, now let's once review all the changes we have made from the starting. Okay, so So we'll start from the main.go file. Okay, from here we are triggering this bootstrap.boot application. Okay, so when I click control and click here, it will go to this boot application function where we are defining the endpoints of our controller. Okay, and a call to a controller. We are just defining here to on which port this application have to run this AT80. Okay, and if we have any error, then we are putting as panic. Okay, this is the first thing. And let's go to the controller. In the controller we have written this whole code. So here we are accepting the response writer request. Okay, and we are getting this EMP ID which we'll get from the URL. Okay, as a query parameter. So we'll get this, and we are saying this we want this string to be converted into int. Okay, base 10 and bit size 64. Okay, and we are making this call here. After this, if this employee ID is not equal to nil, if its error is not equal to nil, it means that we have error, that we are sending proper response from here. Else we are calling this service. Okay, so this is the get employee. This we are calling to the service layer. From the controller we are calling this service layer. Okay, so we'll get to the employee. Okay, so this is our service layer. So this is the code we have written in the service layer. So what we are doing, we are calling the DAO function get employee and passing the EMP ID which we are getting from the controller, and we are waiting for the response or error. If we have error, then we are doing this. If we have employee, then we are doing this. It is giving error, DAO is not defined because we haven't imported the package here. So keep in mind we have to import the packages as well properly, else it will give the error. What is the package name? Web app /DAO. Fine, now it is correct. Okay, so from here it will go to the DAO layer. So here we are hard coding this value and we are accepting this ID, and according to that we are checking if this employee is not equal to nil, we are sending the response. Okay, else, so this condition we have put if employee not equal to nil, it means that if we have that employee ID in our database, so in our map. Okay, so if we have, then we can return it surely. If we don't have, then we have to handle this. So we'll write it return. So we don't have our employee data, so that's why we are putting it as nil, and we have to write errors dot new, and in this new we have to write like this fmt dot sprint f, and you can give message like employee %v, the actual value was not found. Okay, and we'll just print that employee ID as well. Okay, so that's all we have to do in the DAO layer. Fine, so let's try to run it and check it whether it's working or not. Okay, so I'll open the command terminal and I'll move to this web app package, and I'll I'll execute the command go run main.go. okay, so let's check. Okay, it is hit. So I'll open the command terminal and will verify from there only. Web app. I'll use this bash here for executing the commands. So I'll try to hit this URL curl localhost :8080/employees query param. We are passing it as empc. What the query param we are passing, I'll show you. See, this is the query param we are passing, so we can copy it from here and also we can paste it here. Equal to, suppose if we are passing the correct one, so what we have in our temporary database, so this 100 employee with 100 ID is there. Okay, so we'll try to hit this 100 and press enter. It's showing not found. Why is the URL is correct? Bootable.go employees. Sorry, the URL is wrong actually. It's employees EES and then we press enter. So you can see here we are getting the JSON response which we have created. Okay, which we are sending from the DAO. Okay, so this is how it is working. And if we try to find query some ID which is not already present, like 103 and press enter, see, it's giving the message like employee 103 was not found, as it is not there in our temporary database. So this is how it's working. Okay, and also we can click and see -v verbose. So here we can see this, that we are getting the content type as a text in plain. So this is not actually correct. We are sending the JSON data, so this has to be actually application/JSON. So this thing will correct in another video. Okay, and here also we can see that whatever the structure we have created, it's taking the name as directly this. Okay, so for modifying this in the lowercase or whatever the response you want in JSON, we can do one thing in our model class. We'll put here as backtick JSON : double quote. So whatever the employee ID you want to display in the JSON response, we can put it here. Like I'll put here employee ID. Okay, and same thing I'll do it for other also. So here I can write emp name and emp email. Okay, and I'll cancel it and again I run it. Okay, so let's check now how it is showing our JSON response. I'll click OK. So you can see here now we are getting whatever the JSON string we have given there. So in that format we are getting the names. Here we are getting whatever we have in structure. Okay, so this in this way we can modify, and this thing also we can check on Chrome also. So let's open it and check it. Okay, localhost employees/emp_id equal to 100. Okay, so this is the JSON. we have to pass it in correct way. It's actually query parameter. Okay, so this we are getting as a JSON response. Okay, and if you try to put some other ID, it will give that message response like employee 189 was not found. And if you try to give some different thing, so this is also giving the error message like employee ID must be number. So in this way we can develop and handle error in Go. Okay, so in the next tutorial what we will do, whatever the errors we are handling here, we'll enhance it, and we'll see another way how we can handle these errors. Okay, so that all things we will see in the next tutorial. So that's all for this video, and I'll see you in next video. Until then, bye bye and happy learning.